Everyone, this is Amanita, so welcome to this pick a pile reading. This is on the message that is meant for you right now. So I have 4 piles to choose from. You can always choose multiple piles if you feel called to do so. The first pile is an orca whale. The second pile is a Himalayan salt spiral holder necklace. And the third is this astrology kind of totem thing, and this is the yin yang flower of life. So all the timestamps are going to be in the description box. I'm going to lead you through a short guided meditation to choose your pile, or you can just pause the video and choose your pile if you feel like doing that. So just make sure to close your eyes right now and see all 4 piles in your mind, or feel them. Just sense the 4 piles and go over the first pile. Scan over the first pile, and now we scan over the second pile, and we scan over the third pile, and we scan over the 4th pile. Now we just soften our gaze, like make everything kind of appear blurry to you. And now, as if we're editing a photo and we're sharpening the photo, we up the sharpness, and now we see which pile looks the sharpest. Which pile looks the sharpest when I ask myself, what is the message that I'm meant to hear right now? Which pile calls out? Which pile is standing out from the other ones in some way as you do this practice? And focus and soften your gaze. And once you've chosen your pile, go to the timestamp in the description. And also, if you'd like a personal reading from me, you can check out my Etsy account. And you can also email me at mysticamanita@gmail.com, and I'll see you in your pile. Hello everyone who's chosen the orca whale. So I really wanted to put a panda on yours, but I could not get my panda off the thing it was on, so we settled with the orca whale because I just felt like putting something black and white on this one, maybe for the sense of, the yin and yang, the balance. But we'll see what the cards say right now. What is the message that you need to receive right now? So we have the gathering, community, kinship, and companionship, and these are all people coming together. This might not be, physically in your life, but this could be on a more like spiritual level, whatever it is for you. Just connecting with others, gathering together, the gathering 30-30, and trust your innocence. Even when you're within your communities that you might not resonate with right now, trust who you are. And the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, so you already have 2 aces. Air and Earth are very good for creating something new, because these are the ideas, and this is the project and the physical that you're actually doing. So I see this already as being a very good idea for coming together with people and beginning a project, or starting your own community, or starting your own YouTube channel, starting your own website. And we have the Hermit. And Ruby, beautify yourself. Spend time on beautifying and pampering oneself. And admire from the past resurfaces. So for some of you here, that with the gathering, this could be, innocence, childhood, someone actually from the past is coming back into your life, a friendship from the past, or a relationship that you had in the past could be coming back into your life right now. But after you've really gone through the necessary getting to know who you are more kind of thing, ready for new things now. And ruby also is a crystal. that helps you to set realistic goals. It gives you a lot of passion to achieve what your desires are, what you really want to do, what your passion. It helps feel more passionate, feel more motivated. So ruby's going to be a crystal, if you have like an idea in mind or something that you want to achieve, maybe in regards to coming together with people, maybe you want to teach people something or lead a group. Like I can see this for some people, like this could be a type of things where shamanic practices where you go out into the mountains or you go out into the forest and you guide people and you lead them through something. It doesn't have to be that, but it could be similar to that in some way. And especially with the trust your innocence, you feel strong connection with the universe and with yourself, really. With the Hermit card, you really know who you are at this point. And we have faith here, so this is really the vibration that comes in with what you really need to know, is that you need to have faith in yourself, especially with trust your innocence. Trust yourself, because with the Hermit as well, this is all about knowing who you are and trusting that you've done the necessary work and gone within. And from that place, you know what you really want. You know where you stand on certain issues. You know where you stand on certain affairs. And it's all about just having faith and trust on what you're wanting to do, like who you're wanting to connect with, the community you're wanting to create for yourself, or just the people you're trying to reconnect with, maybe connecting with them from a really authentic space. And I can see also with Ruby, beautify yourself. This can be like literally, beautify yourself, because you're gonna be seeing people, like you want to be looking your best, maybe. And we have know yourself, meditate, who am I, veil is lifting, opening. Same with the Hermit. With this is all about knowing yourself, knowing where you stand on certain issues, knowing what you want in your life. And with gathering, this is finding people who have the same like-minded interests as yourself. And this might require, going back to your past and remembering the things that you really loved when you were a child, and maybe possibly going back to those things that you haven't been doing for a while. With 2 aces, this definitely shows a new beginning coming in for you right now, in terms of in your actual reality and in terms of your mind and your communications with people. Definitely you're going to be connecting with people though soon, after a long period of you really getting to know yourself, and from knowing who you are and what you like to do, going out and finding people who feel the same or do the same. And all about having faith, of course, here right now. It's important to trust where you're at right now, and not everything, you're exactly where you need to be right now, because you might be feeling a little disoriented, but trust that where you're at is the right place for you to be right now. And you also have 2 9s in your reading, and 9s are a number that do have to do with wholeness and completions, humanity. And I see this as well, trust your innocence. This is very pure of a card. Know that you are innocent, that you are a child, that you are pure, even if you're not like literally a child. Like, you're a child still of the universe. You're just here to learn. You're here to learn things, and don't be so hard on yourself. Trust where you're at right now, and have compassion for yourself on your journey. You may feel like an old crone or an old sage now, but you're still a child at the same time. And with the 2 1s, definitely a new beginning, especially after the 2 9s we had, which is a completioning phase, very coming into the wisdom of your inner child, and yourself of all selves, your I am present. So a lot of probably inner child healing could be necessary as well. Going back to you as a child, and making sure that you feels the love that it deserved to feel. And with the 33, this is the master teacher card. And this is why I really see like after all that wisdom that you gain, after all that experience, you being able to show other people the way, you working together with other people now, because knowing we're all in this together, we all go through these things that you've gone through, and you can share that now with 6. 33 equals 6, which is a number all about harmony of opposites too. And this might be something that you've really reconciled in yourself. You're really reconciling a lot of opposites, like how I wanted to choose the black and white kind of color. It's like you may see shadows in yourself and you've been exploring them, but really, underneath it all, you're really pure underneath it all. And so this is all about being true to you, being true to who you've always been, and embodying that and having faith and trust that that's okay for you to be. It's okay for you to be that way. And as you do set out on new goals, make them realistic. Be realistic on yourself. Don't set out something too unachievable for you to do. Take your steps and have faith that that's just okay, that you deserve to be doing what you are here to do. So definitely it's a time for you to meditate and question, who are you really, so that you can go out and operate in the world and change belief systems that you're operating off of that really don't serve you anymore. This is all about knowing who you truly are, though. And let's read you the Ruby card. I'm going to read you Ruby. So, her Elohim name is Ro Nasi. Her place is Italy and France. Plant kingdom, red roses. The base chakra, Zodiac, Scorpio, star system, Pleiades, healing properties to heal connections. We have that too with the gathering, so maybe definitely that connections with people coming in. So animal kingdom, pigeons. It's the stone of nobility, starfire, and also the stone of purity. And we also have the purity here. Are some of the names the stone goes by. It holds the Trinity symbol of love, power, and wisdom. The fleur de lis. It is the gem of sacred contracts in marriage. It works with the DNA, family ties, cords, and connections. Strength, leadership, and feeling connected to romance and deep love. It will open the heart and let go and go past any personal boundaries. It removes dormant conditions in the body as it purifies the blood. She comes into your life to bring love, so by focusing on the clear red light, you'll clear old ties and sexual blockages in the base chakra, therefore bringing more love into your life, as love is the base and the foundation of all things. She's the keeper of the star fire codes. So really healing your inner child, healing things that have happened to you in the past that have kind of caused you to feel blocked off. This is really healing your base foundation. This is getting to the core of who you are so that you can commune with others. This heals all your connections with others as you heal your base foundation with the ruby. And I'm going to read you Trust Your Innocence. Trusting yourself, being real with people, knowing the difference between intuition and paranoia, uncensored feelings, returning to innocence. It can be hard to decipher between intuition, what our mind is telling us. Stories, projections, expectations, or fear can arise under the guise of intuition. To distinguish truthful inner guidance from paranoia, we must return to innocence, to our purest essence. Here we can access to the truth of our being. What were the very feelings and visions you had when you considered the question at hand? Before you second-guess yourself, how does it feel in your body when you are brutally honest with yourself? Try to go beyond the layers of what you've been taught to believe about yourself. When some of the logic falls away, what answers remain? When you ask a young child a question, they don't censor their answers. Their honesty may not be considered polite or socialized. It may even seem a bit funny, but it's their truth, and it's interesting to note how intuitive children really naturally are. To tell the difference between intuition and mind chatter, you need to recognize a clear instinctive yes and a distinctive no. For you, you must trust yourself. The foundation of self-trust is honesty. You must be completely honest with yourself about what feels good, true, and real to you, and what does not. Honesty is more than not lying to yourself. It's also about not withholding information. It's about having deep transparency with yourself. Some might describe their intuitive yes as a softening rather than a feeling of tightening, contracting, or avoidance. If we are here to stay on our optimal path, trusting our original innocence or instincts is key. Learn to trust your inner sense or intuition. You're encouraged to be absolutely honest with yourself. Cast aside any mind stories and shoulds and tell yourself in the heart of hearts you know the answers, dare to listen and to honor them. This card may also relate to being truthful with another person. Relationships can only deepen when we can be real with each other. Consider your timing and be considerate, but this is a time for truce. Very much so a time for truce for you with the Hermit, with Know Yourself, and with the Ace of Swords cutting through any lies. And another thing I thought for a moment also, there's a thing called human design you might want to look into, because human design can show you how the best way for you personally to make decisions for yourself. So there's different types of authorities. Like if you're a solar plexus authority, for example, you need to feel out the whole wave of emotion before making a decision. So human design might be something you want to look into. You can find a free body graph if you just look up human design body graph. You can put in your information of your birth data and find that for yourself if that's something that you would like to do. But now's the time to really get to know yourself and trust who you are. This is a time of restoring your faith in who you are as well, restoring your faith in like people and connections, and healing connections with people, healing your relationships, and not operating off of a place of not being genuinely you because you might be afraid of what someone else might think or what the community might say. This is all about you being you, no matter what, having a very strong base foundation in your life, and trusting yourself at the deepest of levels, knowing who you are and trusting yourself at the deepest of levels. And altogether, the number for all the cards does equal 4, which is all about foundation, structure, being logical, being organized. So this is you really creating a very strong emotional and physical foundation for yourself, and for everything to build off of. All your relationships that you ever come into contact from now on are all going to be operating from a place of this inner trust and faith in knowing yourself at the deepest of levels. So, take some time to yourself to cut through the lies, to be honest with yourself, to figure out who you are. Sorry about that, everyone. My computer just turned off, but I think I was saying, if you need to just get away from everyone for a little bit as well, that's okay too. I completely lost what I was saying, so I'm just going to move on now. And I'm going to pull some cards for you to figure out what guidance for you right now. Guidance for you right now. I just dropped all these cards, but so first we have the Warrior 10. So this is all about not taking on too much responsibility for yourself as well, not feeling like you need to care for everyone else's needs. You're only responsible for yourself. And we have the Moon and Dancer 4. So see how she's looking in the water in both of these cards here. And in this one, her reflection is one very superficial But in this one, you can see that it's much more deep than just that. So, you know, since this is all about knowing who you are at the deepest level, it's all about deepening your connection to yourself. So as you see yourself and as you observe yourself, see yourself beyond the layers. See yourself beyond the basic physical reflection that you see. Because this is a very, let things be a little irrational, it seems like. To just take some time to actually imagine things for yourself. Because it seems like, just the overburden, the boredness. It's time to see yourself for who you truly are beyond, just your personality and beyond your appearance. Really connect with yourself and connect with your team, with your guides who are with you as well. So feel whatever you need to feel. Be honest with yourself about how you feel in your relationship. Speak your truth to people as well as you need to do so, and have faith you're exactly where you need to be. Know that everything's going to turn out okay for you. And thank you everyone for watching this video. If you'd like a personal reading, you can check out my Etsy account, and I'll see you in my next video. Hello everyone. So off this pile right now, I'm getting a feeling of kind of like being a very wise and compassionate authority, like a mother type of energy, but like an authority type of energy. But so let's see what the message is you got here right now. So we have the new man. So that is kind of perfect. I was like a mother but an authority, and this is the new man. So enlightened masculine, potential, and new earth. Not saying that that you're a man if you're watching this, but this is all about using your authority and your directive, active potential in a very healthy way to create, to build, to manifest. This could be a literal, like a new man, like you've come in contact with someone new. Happiness. The path of the gods, decisions, meetings, and future plans. So if you have met someone new in your life right now and you're watching this, and maybe you guys are making future plans together for what you would like to do, this seems like this relationship is going to be very important for you. Seems like a very nice connection. And we have life force energy, Queen of Cups, the Ten of Cups. So if this is you and you've come into contact with someone new, whether it's a man or a woman, and whether it's a relationship, like a romantic connection or not, this seems like it's going to be a very nice relationship though. And we have the Five Pentacles and the Rose Quartz. Unconditional love and innocence, self-love, time for healing and nurturing. So with the new man and with the Rose Quartz, she's a very motherly figure to me right here. She always offers unconditional love. She has the sweet bees around her. The bees are also very hardworking. I'm sure you get this hardworking feeling off of this right now. And also that feeling of like she's filling up her cup, but she's also sharing drinks with other people too. So in general, being very compassionate here. I see being generous with people and connecting with people right now is going to be really important for you, for your own inner and personal happiness. There's going to be a lot more joy coming into your life, a lot more happiness coming in, as long as you open yourself up to that. And just if you feel like you don't have the resources to give, you don't need to give too much, but this is about allowing your cup to also overflow onto other people. Self-love, time for healing and nurturing. This is something that you should definitely be doing for yourself. first and foremost, and then, really share it with other people, especially people who feel like they don't have anyone to do it with. And especially if you feel like this, if you feel like you don't have anyone to share the love and the happiness with you, or you don't have those connections around you, this is about creating that for yourself first and foremost, because this is rose quartz, all about self-love, healing and nurturing for yourself. And this is a restoring of your life force energy as well, and connecting with people that you love, connecting with your family and celebrating together. That's going to be something that really revitalizes you a lot. You can turn to the people around you. You're not alone in this situation. And we're all going through this situation together. So whatever anyone is going through right now in their physical reality, like whatever hard times you're going through or other people are going through, it's about knowing as well that we're all in this together. We're all going through stuff. So let's be compassionate to each other. Let's offer unconditional love no matter what is happening in our life. Let's spread joy and happiness to each other, because in times like this, it's really needed to not outcast each other and to separate one another, but to open your heart and be vulnerable and love yourself enough to allow yourself to be vulnerable no matter what the outcome will be out of it, just because this is what is going to be the best for you, for your own personal inner contentment and happiness. It's about doing you. Don't allow your energy to be drained away. Just be you. Don't expect anyone to react a certain way to you being you as well. But this is about creating a new world, creating a new reality for yourself from a more enlightened perspective, from a higher perspective now, from a more conscious perspective. Because with this Five of Pentacles, we see a religious institution and all these people kind of on the outskirts of what a place that is supposed to be holy and caring. But we have these people coming together here for as a community, celebrating together. They're celebrating Christmas in this card. They're celebrating a holiday. But that doesn't mean that has to be... with this card, I see the star at the top of the tree, knowing that we're all stars. And we all get to shine. We all should, get to experience that joy together. Because especially in times like this, when there's people who are having a hard time, if you have the resources to be open and generous, it's a time to do that. If you don't have the resources, then, connect with other people. Tell people how you're feeling. But this is about creating from a more genuine and compassionate authority, rather than, what we've seen created in the past. Create something different than what you see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world, type of thing is what I'm seeing with this. And especially with this, the path of the gods, decisions, meetings, and future plans. It's just coming together, talking about people, what do you want to see in the world, what do you want to change, or in your relationship, just being clear on what it is that you want to do. Because this is kind of a turning point where, you're making new decisions and future plans. So it's kind of like that little buildup of the life force energy of the joy. Energy healing could be really helpful. Getting out in water, in nature, if you can also be really helpful for you right now, I wanted to say. But this is a time where you're going to be making huge major decisions on where you're going in your life next, for your own personal happiness and your own personal contentment. And despite what's going on around you, despite what's going on in the world, to just see where things are at right now and act from there, act from that place. So we have the Ten of Cups, and this is a beginning and an ending period, because this is a 1. So this is, all about joy and happiness. And this is something already established in your life too. And with the Five of Pentacles, this is challenges, this is changes in your physical world. The Queen of Cups, this is a receptive energy, a receptive emotional energy. So whether this is you or someone else in your life, someone to go to who will be there for you emotionally, or you will be there emotionally for other people, just having love and compassion for people. And with the number 7, this is a spiritual number. This is about having faith and trust and focusing your energy for the greatest good. The number 2 deals with partnerships and balance. And the number 9 deals with wholeness, humanity, and compassion. And altogether it equals 6, which is the Lover's card. And the Lover's card is all about the harmony between opposites and love. And having love has no boundaries. So instead of separating from each other, come together, open up, be vulnerable at this time. Be sweet, be kind to yourself, be sweet and kind to others as well. And I want to read you the Life Force Energy card. So, energy, mana, Aina, the rainbow spectrum, bright white light, Reiki, celebrating life, God force, optimal health, being vibrantly alive, thriving nature, conscious consumption, Eden, the body as a temple, bringing earth into balance, cell rejuvenation, the love of the land. Also, if you are someone in wanting to do like something for the environment or something to help people, like some sort of social thing, it's a great time to do that right now. Anything for the earth right now. For you. Okay, so what happens when we seek to maximize the life force energy in everything we do? Toward the completion of this oracle deck, I was called to visit Hawaii. I heard it is known to be the last remaining part of the lost continent of Lemuria. I went with an open mind and was sincerely blown away by the incredible level of life force energy radiated there. I'm an avid traveler and a seeker of high vibrational places, but had never experienced such potency of the magic in every cell of every bright green leaf. I could sense the songs of Lemuria in this pristine place. I discovered I had been dreaming of this place my whole life. The crystalline waterfalls, rainbow, diffused skies, exotic flowers, and opulent plant life was so present that you couldn't help but see a radiant aura around everything. Aina is a Hawaiian term for energy and sacred land. It reminded me that mana and Aina are one and the same. One day, when I was sitting on the red sand beach, I had a vision of an overlying dimension that spanned our physical world. This overlay was the God force or life force in its purest and highest vibration. The vision presented an array of objects familiar to this physical plane, from the lower vibrational concrete, processed chemicals, and suffering-imbued consumables, to those high biodynamic earthly offerings and the vibrant lands that surrounded me at that moment. The experience imprinted the depths of my being with the remembering that we can bring this beautiful planet back into its former glory, starting with our own temples and personal pieces of Eden. I realized that maximizing one's life force energy was the gateway to bridging heaven and earth. By aligning our choices with this higher frequency, we'll naturally create more opportunities to ground this somehow forgotten light. When we know the joy of this life force within and around us and are vibrantly alive, we cannot help but inspire others to choose the same. So be the change you wish to see is the main message. And it is time for celebration. Revel in the bliss of being alive. This is an incredible healing card packed with luminous life force energy for optimal health and healing. It reminds you to seek joy and upliftment in everything you do as much as possible. Consider the foods you eat, the environments you spend your time in, the people in your life, and even the things you wear. Increase your awareness of their journey, how they came to be in your world, and their energetic resonance. Are they alive and vibrant? You may be inspired to work with healing energies such as Reiki, or with the land, perhaps to grow vegetables. You are encouraged to joyously make your life a piece of Eden. As a result, you will shine with vitality. So if you've been thinking about growing a garden, or if you've been thinking about just anything that deals with caring for yourself, anything that's going to help you be in your highest vital life force energy, so that it can pour out onto others and pour out onto the world. Anything that's going to bring more happiness to the world, more joy to the world, more love, more unconditional love to the world, more connection to the world. It's a great time to do anything like that. And just bringing more love to the world. So embody that. Be the change you wish to see is what I see for this pile. So I'm going to pull a card for you right now to see what you... Just see the guidance for you right now. Just see the guidance that would like to come forth for you at this time. Okay. Hermit's at the bottom of the deck, and so we have the Dreamer Queen. So she's being an observer in this card. She's being logical, she's being reasonable, she's not getting wrapped up in it. We have Earth. So, you know, don't get too wrapped up in what you're seeing. Just, like I was saying, be the change you wish to see. Oh, perfect, the Magician. Be the change that you wish to see. If you don't like what you're seeing, you know, look at it logically, look at it as if you're an observer and be like, well, what can I do on this earth to make it what I truly wish to see? And you create that. You create the vision. You got all the tools you need to do what you want to do. If you feel like this earth needs more love, then what do you offer? What tool and resource do you have that offers more love to people? They've got 2 ones right here, so all about, you know, new beginning here. You're just kind of the ideas are coming to you right now. So thank you everyone for watching. If you like a personal reading, check out my Etsy account, and I'll see you in my next video. Hello everyone who's chosen the astrology necklace. So what I'm getting, the feeling I'm getting is like things not going as planned right now for you. So let's see what the cards do say. What is the message that is meant for you right now? So we have the Soul Star Chakra, merging with the divine, and this is the chakra that's like above your head. It is above the crown. And we have the Full Moon Temple, celebration, peak, and transcendent moment. And the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Tower, Destiny, Sapphire, higher visions and insight, sisters and elders, mother healing. Prayers are answered through the divine feminine. Sovereignty, right to choose, immunity to hooks. So for this, there's a lot of releasing going on for this pile. And I'm feeling learning how to ride the wave, learning how to go with the flow more with the Ace of Cups, and seeing this wave right here. And the full moon really comes in twice, and this is when your emotions are at their peak. So a lot of emotional energy kind of coming up, a lot of possible like realizations coming in, enlightening new perspectives. Also Sapphire with the higher visions and insight, with the mother healing. Lots of healing going on right now in general by the divine feminine energy. The moon is a feminine planet. The sun is the masculine. Not to say that there's not a solar feminine and like a, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So with this, there's new perspectives that have been coming in. There's new insights that are coming in, and this is just kind of saying like you have the right to choose what you're going to do, what you're going to make out of this situation. Being sovereign, immunity to hooks, because this is all about the shift that's happening in your life is a huge shift in even your destiny and your direction in life right now. So it's like having to learn how to really ride that wave as well. With the soul star, this is about, you directing your life path, you merging with the divine. So making your decisions and making your choices from a higher perspective, from a higher vantage point. And with the Queen of Pentacles, she's very comfortable in the world. The full moon temple, this is all about celebrating life too. So I'm really seeing this having a sense for gratitude and appreciation for life, and I'm seeing rituals to be something that could be really healing for you to do right now. I do want to read you sovereignty. It says, right to choose, enlightened solar plexus choices, resolving shame issues. New earth dragons are here to guide us in our personal and collective transformation. They liberate my solar plexus by clearing out old paradigm energies, because I must leave heaviness behind to ascend. The dragons lead me into the heaven on earth by showing me how to be sovereign in my energy. The gold dragon, a symbol of enlightened solar plexus, takes you on its back to show you a greater altitude. Observe the density of the human mind and the emotions. Isn't it amazing how you can give yourself away when you're in it? How could anyone really hurt your truth or your light, given that you are infinite? How could you be pulled into a tug-of-war with another ego unless you see yourself as such? Dear one, as a Lemurian star child or any child, you belong to the universe and not to the human mind. The mind sets conditions while you are unconditional and free. It creates the ego, a vision of separation that can never fully manifest because it is not real. Allow all figments of your imagination to fall away now, and fragmented energies to be healed. Let your imagination be at one again, centered in heaven on earth, awakened to be sovereign, to let go of the magnetic cords that might be attached to you. It is likely that the other party doesn't want to let go if they're used to a version of you that gives them comfort. So allow the dragon energy to assist you. So, this is all about releasing the power dynamics too. So, I know what's going on a lot in the world right now as well. If this does have to do with kind of what's going on in the outer world, this is really asking you to connect with yourself, to take the time that you need to heal through the divine feminine, to heal through compassion, to receptivity, and through allowance. And just seeing everything from a higher vantage point and not getting so wrapped up in it. It's being the observer of the reality that you're seeing, and knowing if there's not anything that you can do. This reminds me of a quote, actually, to grant the perspective to know that which I can change and that which you can't. And to get wrapped up in things that you just can't change isn't something that's going to be helpful for you to waste a lot of energy on. It's very taxing on your energy. And you might be worried right now, but this is saying that you really have the right to choose what you're feeding. This is resolving all shame issues attached to the body as well, attached to your being. The affirmation is, as the fire in my heart kindles brighter and brighter, all old magnetic poles are clearly seen and released with love and understanding. So all the things that kind of have kept you kind of bound, have kept you feeling unworthy, those are the things that are being released right now. But there's very strong moon energy in the readings, so doing something at the full moon or any moon, getting connected with the moon cycles, that's going to be something that's really going to help you right now. Pay attention to what the moons are bringing up for you, because this is kind of what's causing all this to happen, is that whatever's been, how the moons have been interacting with your own astrological placements and alignments has been bringing up all these things that need to be cleared out, all the emotions coming up, all the shame, all the guilt, all the unworthiness coming up to be cleared, to be healed. And with Sapphire, she says, she comes to show you the sacred lake within, a lake that holds your own sacredness, a place of stillness. Sapphires also hold the Holy Mother lineage and your cosmic connection, in that it's time to connect with the Holy Mothers, the Lady Masters, Mother Mary, Mother Teresa, Lady Nada, Kuan Yin, and just as importantly, your own mothers, sisters, and elders. So getting really connected with that mother energy of being a nurturer, of being compassionate, of being responsible, of being sovereign, as being also a protector, is what a mother is. To look into those mother goddesses, those mother archetypes, and explore them a little bit is something that could be really healing for you to do. I know personally I've actually had this reminds me as well that the moon coming up, if you're watching this when I upload this, the moon coming up is really connected with the energies of responsibility and nurturing. So pay attention to where you're putting in, where you're carrying too much responsibility, or where you're nurturing too much. Where can you provide more nourishment, and where can you receive more nourishment? That's going to be something really important right now, to make sure you're not spinning your wheels and you're taking care of yourself so that you can take care of other people, especially like if you're a mother watching this. If you're not a mother watching this, this is really also about having that proper balance between your responsibilities and nourishment and everything. Make sure you're nourishing yourself and others in equal balance. Make sure you're taking responsibilities in equal balance. Like, you have time to celebrate your life, but you're also working. That's going to be really important. This can also be part of what you're here to do as well, really shifting into that understanding that you really do want to nourish people, and you really do want to offer this is like very high priestess energy type of thing. Like, I feel also a connection with the past lineages, with your ancestry, just some sort of high priestess connection with that. But with the sapphire, the blue sapphire is a stone that does have to do with Saturn, and Saturn is all about your Saturn is about conditioning, and Saturn is about your ability to withstand hard times. And Saturn is a great teacher, so you've been going through a lot of lessons, and with the full moon temple, with all the full moon energy, it's just all come up to the surface to be completely healed and cleared. It might be a huge shift in your life, a huge change in direction, but it's all for the highest good, and you have the right to choose how you're going to respond and how you're going to react. And don't get too wrapped up in the drama of it. Just see what's going on, and feel what you need to feel. Nurture yourself, care for yourself, but don't make things so hard on yourself if you are making anything hard on yourself. And also with the soul star, that is all about transcending time and space as well. So these paradigms that you have been attached to, and these karmic ties possibly, like, you're going really beyond them now. You're going beyond time and space. So with the soul star, it says transcendence, letting go, being filled with divine light, channeling karmic records, the bridge between the spiritual and the physical realms, ascension. Remember that you are an infinite being with the ability to expand your awareness beyond time and space. Consider that paradigms outside this physical reality may be unfathomable until we raise our vibration and can think outside the mind. Meditate on the idea that everything that ever was and ever will be is happening simultaneously right now across multiple dimensions. The themes are karma, or what can be implemented or cleared for your optimal progress toward ascension, which is, exactly what you're doing right now. Everything coming up for you right now is coming up so that it can be implemented and cleared so that you can receive these higher visions and insights. You have the right to choose to do this. But just know that everything is coming up for your highest good, for your highest, destiny, life path of what you're here to do in the whole world. Because this needs to be implemented and cleared so that you can really do what you came here to do. So in terms of the numbers in your reading, so we have number 1 3 times. We have 3 ones, and 1 is a number that's to do with new beginning. So you're really coming into this new beginning right now. And really leaving all this stuff behind. And this is number 9, and 2 and 7. This is your connection with the divine. And 9, the 9 has like the word divine in it almost, but 9 is all about completions and wholeness, humanity, compassion. It's like a full final release that's happening for you right now. So, and you're choosing this. With the swans in this card too, very graceful through, and very spiritual and graceful time for you right now. With all the mountains, lots of challenges that you've been going through, but you're really reaching the peak, the top of the mountain, for it to all be finally just let go of all that's not serving you anymore, so that you can truly fulfill what you came here to do. And we have the number 7 as well, a number all about having faith and trust in what's going on right now. That's for your highest good, for your highest destiny path. The Queen of Pentacles, she is receptive to what is going on in the physical world, as we see her being carried, being comfortable in your physical world. Even though there's all this craziness happening in your reality right now, it's happening so that you can find, so that you can truly embody things from a more cosmic, worldly, universal perspective, higher visions and insight. So you can operate from that place instead of operating off of feelings of unworthiness or guilt. And altogether, the reading equals number 1. So this is a huge new beginning for you right now. And I'm going to pull some cards for you to see what you can do right now. What is the guidance right now for you? Okay. So Maker 2, responsibility. And here we have again that connection with kind of mothering, responsibility. And I was saying as well, making sure you're having the proper balance between responsibility and nourishment. Because, being like, as I was saying, the archetype of like the mother is someone who has to care a lot for others, but she needs to make sure that she's caring for herself too. And the Maker 6, the generosity, kind of the same message. You need to allow yourself to be nourished as well, if you're not allowing yourself to be nourished. But if you are nourished, to give out the nourishment that you can give out. And we have the Warrior Queen, which is all about, the Warrior Queen is very confident in herself. She's charismatic. She is a boss. She's creative. She's very empowered in herself. So just, you're really coming into more self-empowerment here after all this. And exploring the archetype of the mother might be something really helpful for you as well. So just make sure you have that equal balance of, you have a balanced sense of responsibility, a balanced sense of nourishment. You're taking care of yourself. And really, you're someone a lot of people look up to. And, coming to this really empowered state for yourself after this is after she's released and cleansed and purified and gotten everything embodied in her. She's completely empowered within herself now. So thank you everyone for watching as well. If you like a personal reading from me, you can check out my Etsy account, and I'll see you in my next video. Hello everyone who's chosen the Yin Yang Flower of Life. So I am getting like a hope kind of filled feeling with this, like a star card type of energy, a really loving and heart-based energy off of this right now. So let's see what the cards say about what is the message that you are needing to hear right now. So we have blue lace agate. Your auric field is protected. Go gently on yourself. Listen to your angels. You will hear a message guiding through these times. So that really does speak to like star card type of energy, just having like hope, going as we are going through tough times, just knowing that everything's going to be okay. You're protected right now. You're safe. Be gentle on yourself. Take it easy. You're going to hear something soon. The Isle of Wonders, revelation, teaching, and discovery. And this is really, when I was reading this card, this is like my card of the day, like a few days ago or something. But when I was reading this card, it was, what's reminding me of is that these beings in this card, to get into this place, you have to become light to get here. Like it's completely protected as well. This is like sacred space to even get here. You have to be as light is, right? The crown chakra, the unlimited self. So receiving kind of messages for what's to come here. Getting to the Isle of Wonders. So the Eight of Wands, about messages as well. I think I've been seeing a lot of bees lately as well, especially I saw even one of the other reading had the bees in it. We have the World. And the Eight of Wands, this is a very active card. So same kind of goes in with the message. So there is a lot going on right now in the world as I make this video. But just know that you're safe despite all that's going on, despite all the energy that's going on. Trust the messages that you're receiving personally. Because despite that, out in the outer world right now, if you're watching this, like right when I upload this, there's a lot of craziness going on. Things aren't really made clear. Things are very confusing right now. So trust what you're receiving. If it feels gentle, if it feels kind, these are the angels, angelic energy. And we have the Five of Swords. So there's lots of arguments, there's lots of disagreements going on. And we have Always. Family of Light, signs, guidance, innate and ancient wisdom. So with this, it's like these are all kind of really going hand in hand with that you're really being guided right now. You're receiving signs, you're receiving messages, and you have the innate wisdom, you have the ancient knowledge. It's like, you've probably experienced something like this before in like some other dimension, reality or timeline or something, and you may have the innate wisdom to just be like, know that you're okay, to kind of instinctually, innately, subconsciously what's going on, that everything is okay despite all that's going on in the world right now. You know that it's all part of a grander cycle. And the wheel is always turning. Things are always changing. So, especially as well, with this card being like, just someone kind of telling you like, oh, this is argument going on, this guy acting like he should be the one to tell everyone what to do, and these people are like upset about it, like not having it. So this could be a situation from your past that you are connected with. For some people, that this is asking really to be healed, is your relationship with this authority figure, or with father, with someone, with husband, with relationship. And in general though, this is like people who just aren't on the same page as you. And it's also having to learn, just being gentle on yourself though. Learning how to be kind of your own counselor. So in general, you've been receiving a lot of messages, because we have the crown, we have this blue lace agate, we have the family of light coming in. You've been receiving a lot of messages from your team. So I'm flipping to family of light, about new blessings, divine initiations. And if you've been seeing numbers, synchronicities, 1111, 1234, 2222, 4444. Says, I allow the angels to speak to me through the numbers on the clock in many other ways. So if you have been seeing repeating numbers, or like certain animals, these are ways that you're being spoken to by the divine. So you might want to look up the kind of spiritual symbolic meaning, or contemplate on that for yourself about what that really means for you. I've been seeing bees a lot lately, like I said, and I know for bees are very sweet, they're very hardworking, they're very community oriented, and hummingbirds too, very joyful, messengers of joy, and messengers of, as a community we can rebuild this. So, but you have been receiving a lot of messages. This says as well, do you see your light family as higher than you, or do you feel you need to follow their orders? Know that the old religious paradigm does not apply anymore, because you are taking your place in the new Lemuria, which is based in pristine templates of the first human incarnations into matter. So really telling you also that you are the source of your own wisdom, that you can really trust yourself too. Allow their wisdom, so allow, the guidance, the messages that you're receiving to resonate with the innate wisdom which already resides within your own heart, which is the source of all wisdom. So for you, this is about letting go of beliefs of the mind, questioning your assumptions about your family of light, so your heart becomes a pure channel for their wisdom. Do you need some guidance? Your family of light is here to guide you within, to show you your divine wisdom, and to give you the love of the whole universe, never putting themselves above you. They can always give from unconditional compassion and companionship. They encourage you to let go limiting beliefs such as sacrifice, and to fully express yourself. When you feel let down, then allow your family light to give you, by opening your heart to your needs without limiting your abundance. Everything is given to you by divine synchronicity. By letting go of who you are in the eyes of others, you connect to who you are in the eyes of your family life, which is your true self. So all about you being who you are, no matter what anyone else is going to think about it. And because of that, you really are creating your own world. So what do you want to be operating off of? What do you want to be feeding? You're the source of your own wisdom, and you always have been. And so all the messages that you've been receiving, really connect with it further. Allow it to resonate as truth within your own heart. Be gentle on yourself too, as always. The affirmation is, I open my mind, expand my vision, and receive the light and love of my divine family. So be open, because you're going to be receiving a message through these times that you're going through right now. So this is all about you being open to receive guidance and trusting your intuition, trusting the guidance that comes forth for you personally, outside of what anyone else tells you what to think or believe. Always trust your innate wisdom. Always trust the messages that you're personally receiving. So I'm going to the Isle of Wonders. Illumination. I have the freedom to learn and discover. My soul thrives on adventure. So it's all about, rising up and freeing yourself from any limitations of the mind, especially with the Five of Swords. Any limiting beliefs that are in your mind right now, any limiting perspectives, any people around you who are trying to limit you. This is about rising above all of that. Free yourself from what has held you back. Becoming light enough to travel over the waters and into the Isle of Wonders itself. Becoming light and flying there. And there lies such a place deep within you. You can discover this place within. For while the Isle of Wonders continues to exist, so too does the wonder within you. So really about going beyond the mind and going into the unfathomable territory, because you're going to be receiving a lot of messages here. So when your mind tries to filter these kind of messages, it kind of tries to be like, oh, don't believe that, like it's not provable, that's not real. Your mind will tell you all these things to try to rationalize the messages that you receive. But at this time, it's to just be open to receiving all the messages that you need to receive, and really trust yourself despite anything that you see or hear. Be present and flowing without rigid outcome. Find more space in your life. Find your own way to meditate. When you're distracted, you are living on surface level. Explore the state of flow and be receptive to the intuitive messages you receive. All about your connection with spirit. So be open to receive right now. You're going to be receiving a lot of messages. Just going beyond the mind, though, going beyond all that. So number 11, which equals 2, which is a number of balance, and 11 is, the awakening number. So you might be really waking up to what's going on right now, like wow, I'm on this planet right now, like as she's on this really literally is the planet, and she is the solar, she is the lunar. You're really waking up to who you truly are beyond, going beyond the mind. Like I said, the challenges in the mind with the 5. This is 3, openness, expansiveness. 8, personal power, manifestation. 9, wholeness, humanity. And 4, structure, stability. And altogether this equals 4, which is a number about structure, solidity, logic. So you're really creating a new foundation for yourself, a very strong foundation and structure for yourself, emotionally, spiritually, physically, for you to operate off of your own sense of personal power and empowerment, to go off of your own intuition, your own insights. Trust the messages you receive, as it says, go gently on yourself, go beyond the mind, become very light, become very open. Always trust yourself, though, always, because we have always. So I'm going to pull a card for you right now to see what you need to do, or, what's the guidance that wants to come through for you right now. The Dancer, water, this is all about your emotions. It's all about following your heart. I pulled 4 cards instead of this is getting connected with your emotions, with your intuition, with spirituality. The Maker 4, the gift of connection, he's really connecting with the earth too, so not just connecting on a emotional, spiritual, feeling level, but also connecting on a very earthly level. We have the Owl here of wisdom, and the Hanged Man being receptive, higher perspective, surrendering to a higher perspective and a higher vantage point than you've ever seen fathomable before. And the Sun, This is all about joy, and this is a I am presence really for me is what I'm seeing. This is like knowing your soul essence. This is getting to know your soul essence to me, like you beyond a mind, beyond an ego, beyond a personality, and being in that which is unfathomable and embracing it. Embracing what you are, what you're finding in this place, in this space too. So you can now dance on your limitations, you can now dance on the mind, use the mind as a tool even, explore and play and connect with your spiritual family, connect with nature. Be open to receive the messages, take a step back and reflect, and see things from a perspective that you've never looked at it before, and embrace life, embrace living. And so that's what I have for you guys. Thank you everyone for watching. If you like a personal reading, check out my Etsy account and also leave me a comment on the video. I love reading everyone's comments. I'll see you in my next video.